Hello everyone. In this video, I want to show you some positions where we are attacking and we will try to use semi-open, half-open or open files in order to attack, or we will try to open files that are half-open or not open in order for us to attack. And I will guide you through, let's say, how I think when we have such positions, because in a position like this one, for example, if it appears in our game, no one's going to tell us that here there's a mate in 3 moves, there's mate in 4 moves, or sacrifice a piece for you to be able to checkmate. No one's going to do that. But what we need to do is we need to understand some ideas in the position. For example, when I'm looking at this position, I understand that I have enough pieces to attack. I have my queen that's attacking, I have my knight that can be used, I have my rook also that can be used on the g3 or h3 squares for me to check if I need, and also if I need I can use my g4 pawn. Now and then how do I go thinking about this position? I also think that I start having some candidate moves, for example things that moves that I start to consider just by instinct. For example, moves that come to my mind are definitely sacrificing my knight on g5 or pushing the pawn to g5, because I would like to have an open file to attack on. So here, those are the two moves, for example, that I'm thinking about. And then, of course, a queen captures f7 is another move, but the first moves that I think about are these two. And in addition, I start with the one that's with a check for sure, because that's like more forcing line. If it works, it's gonna work well, and especially that black also has probably some check here. So I will probably start considering knight to g5 first. Now, usually, if we have 3 pieces in an attack, it's more than enough, because you can sacrifice one of the pieces, use the other 2 pieces to checkmate. And now in this position we even have a 4th piece that's helping us. So I'm guessing that my attack is also gonna work. That's something else that we can think about in attacking positions. So here, let's see. So I want to avoid black capturing and checking. So otherwise, if let's say if the line that I'm thinking about, knight to g5, does not work, okay, then I will definitely think about pushing this pawn, and I will think about what will happen if black captures, because sometimes even if black is going to capture with a check, maybe I will be able to move away and black won't have any serious continuation for a counter attack, and my attack is going to work. So but definitely I'm starting first with the one that doesn't give black a chance, the one with the forced move. That's a check then. So here, let's see. What are the different options that black has, and we need to think about. We need to think about if black captures and if black doesn't capture for sure. Now, if black doesn't capture and the king moves away, that makes things a bit easier for us, because this knight now is defending our queen capturing f7 check. And definitely having such a position, again, I can be sure that there is a checkmate here somewhere, because now the black king is just on very close to my pawns and around my pieces. So definitely I'm sure that I'm gonna checkmate here. Let's see, how can we do that? Probably we can just push this pawn, and if black captures, it's just checkmate with the queen, of course. And otherwise, what can black play? Black can capture here, and we can again checkmate maybe here like this, and then that's a checkmate. I'm not sure if there is a faster one, but I know that this is working, and here that's another checkmate. So going back, let's see. So we also need to consider, what if I check and black captures for sure, because it's a sacrifice. Capturing might be possible. So when the pawn captures, we're definitely gonna check, have our rook also attacking the king. And now here in this position, again, how many pieces do I have attacking? I have a queen, I have a rook, I have a pawn. I think that, again, we can find a way to checkmate here, especially that this pawn is also helping with our attack, taking away some squares. This pawn is also doing that. So here uh, there is a way for us to continue and checkmate, and it is by sacrificing our rook here on h6. The king is gonna capture, and then it's just in 2 moves the queen can checkmate. And what about if we go back and the king doesn't capture here on the sacrifice, the pawn captures, then again it's going to be mate in just 1 move. Now let's see another position and analyze that one. How about this one? So what are the different uh, advantages, or what are the different uh, okay attacking pieces that we have here? So definitely we have a rook on a okay half open file. Our rook is attacking on a g file. Our bishop is a very important a piece that's attacking in this position, and also our queen can join in the attack, which is something very important as well. So I can say that I can use these 3 pieces in my attack. And again, um, I can also again try some candidate moves. Let's say, what are the moves that crossed my mind here? So if I want to attack this king using these 3 pieces, so some moves that crossed my mind are, okay, I need to make the king more okay, gain access to this king, right? So I need to try to sacrifice to get the king out of where it's defended. For example, I consider capturing with my bishop on h7. I also consider capturing with my rook on g7, and also I will consider just moving my queen to g4, moving my queen to h5, because those moves are also threatening checkmate. Now, but a bit more peaceful moves than sacrificing. So here, let's see. So if I sacrifice, I can see that, okay, the king is gonna capture, I can check, the king will go back. How will I continue? I can try to checkmate with my queen because the g file is pinned. But if black tries to defend, let's say push the pawn, will I be able to checkmate? That's something that I should try. But before I do that, I also consider how about sacrificing my rook and then bringing the queen to the attack, and that's already working, because if I sacrifice on g7 and that's a check, okay, if the king moves to h6, then I'm checkmating from h4. If the king moves to h8, we play a move that black cannot defend against. It's gonna be a mating net. If we play queen to f5, and black can't stop this checkmate. Okay, it can be delayed a bit, but it won't be stopped. While going back, of course, more peaceful moves are there are moves that we can consider, but if black defends, we have to calculate those moves. Let's say if black is just pushing the pawn, is sacrificing gonna work? Is not gonna work. So we need to check those. But if already the forcing line worked, so okay, why calculate the other one as well? Now let's see. Let's see another position. In this one, again, we have an attacking position. We're attacking our opponent. Okay, I see that I have a rook that's attacking, and with this rook I can either capture on b8, I can capture on a7. I also see that I have the c6 pawn helping, which is taking away either b7 from the king in some lines, or defending a piece on b7, which is also important. We have the queen definitely helping with an attack. The queen can help in different ways. I think of sacrificing my queen. I think of maybe moving away the rook and trying somehow to checkmate from b7. Such moves do cross my mind because my queen is on a6. And I also see that we have a rook on f5 that we can attack with. This makes us in a very good position because we have 4 pieces attacking. So definitely we can afford to sacrifice a piece if there's a line that's working, because the remaining pieces are going to be enough usually to checkmate. So let's see. Okay, how am I thinking here? I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can just simply put more pressure on the h7 square. If this was if my king was safe, I would definitely think about playing rook to a5. And now it's not easy for black to defend. It's not possible even for black to defend the a7 square. But It's just that here we need to also worry about our king's safety. If we play such a move and give black the turn, black can just keep on checking at least. Here, okay, there's a check. Otherwise, black can also check from the first rank, and that's gonna be a draw. We will not be able to get out of this uh, out of these checks. Okay, so going back, definitely our move should be with a check, or we shouldn't allow such checks. We shouldn't allow our opponent to do a perpetual check with if we're doing a move that is without a check. So here, then okay, I can also consider capturing with my queen, because that's a very powerful move. And if the queen captures, let's say I want to capture with my queen, if the black queen captures, I capture back with my rook, and the king is going to capture. These are all forced moves. Okay, I can bring the new piece to the attack, but then the black king is going to be able to escape to b6. So okay, then I can also try to sacrifice my rook. And then what? Let's see. If we sacrifice our rook and the queen captures, okay, it's true that if I capture, it's going to be like before. This checkmate is not going to work. But here, something's different in the position. If I play now rook to a5, then I'm putting pressure on the a7 queen, okay, and I want to capture it for checkmate. And if black captures, now this is checkmate because our second piece is helping us with the checkmate. And otherwise, okay, it's true that this move that we did is without a check, but then the black queen is not attacking our king anymore, and there is no perpetual check or any counter attack for black, which means that we can afford to play such a move. And here, how can black defend his position? It's not possible. Even if rook b7, it is still checkmate just in one move.